Alrighty, so today probably gonna get the wing on the boot, but first before I do that, we actually have to repair the boot. So I'll show you the damage on the boot. So if you look here, as you can see, it's pretty bad. It's pretty sunny, I can't really see what I'm recording, but it's got holes from previous wings that previous owners put, and then the OEM wing, and then just it's rusty and it's pretty bad. So what we're gonna need to do is re-weld these up. It's actually my first time welding, so I've never done this before. It's trial and error. If it doesn't work, then we end up throwing this out and then we get another boot anyway, so it doesn't make a difference. But yeah, I guess we'll learn. Well, it's not even like a proper welder, it's a stick welder, so just go with that and then practice. But have to move my sister's 180 and the other car out so we can get this inside the garage if I then end up finishing it today. Alrighty, so I gotta get all this gunk shit off on this car. It's got like a lot of the holes on this are pretty bad, so it's because it had like rubber over it, so I didn't really know. This one's got a pretty massive hole in it. Should be okay. We'll put sheet metal underneath it and then weld on top. Need to scrub this all back. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start sanding this back, all this fucking shit, get it off, find out what I need to repair, and then go from there. They fucking went and put like, I don't know what the fuck they put on there. Alright, so got most of it prepped up, sanded off. Most of the welds aren't too bad. There's been welds already done. Just mainly these two and this big one here. These two. So now my dad's gonna weld it up. Got actually a MIG welder, not the gasless one. But I thought we had the stick welders, but guess it's a little bit better. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a sheet of metal underneath. We're just going to weld on the top around here. we got the other 2 holes welded. Now we're doing the big one. What we did was we drilled 2 holes in here, and then from there we grabbed a wire to hold it up so we can hold the piece inside. Could probably hold it from inside the interior, from the interior by removing the interior, but we just did it this way. Alright, so just pretty much botched it. We're planning to fill it up with just welds and then just grind it down, but there's actually really no point. This just more for the sturdiness of the back of the metal. So if I tap it on here, you see how the metal won't come out anymore. So now I'm probably just gonna body filler it and then just sand it down. There's probably really no point because it's gonna be wasting too much time trying to weld this. It's not the best welds, but it'll do. Probably just gonna hop onto this side and finish both these holes, and then all of this stuff will just be filled with body filler and sanded down, so all good from here. Alright, so now I'm just gonna pretty much sand it back, try to get it as even as possible. And honestly, this is just a temporary job. Later on this whole car is going to get painted anyway. I'm just doing this so I can fill up the holes, and then pretty much it's not gonna be the best paint job, but it's gonna do for what I want for now. And then later on pretty much I'm gonna be drilling holes again for the new wing, which I have. But yeah, at the moment just gonna fill up these holes so when it rains it doesn't leak into the boot, and then get this all sanded back and then painted as best as I can and go from there. Alrighty, so it's the next day and now I'm just gonna continue sanding it, so we just get it finished. So once I finish sanding the boot back a bit more, got a sanding machine now, so just gonna sand it back as much as I can and then low grit, and then I'm gonna start body fillering it and then go from there. Alright, so I just finished mixing body filler. All you need to do is get a piece of cardboard, and then when you do it, just pretty much roll it, flip it, flatten, and you put the hard nut in. Every single time you try to push out the air bubbles pretty much. When you flip it, then put it down, skip it like that and pull it down, and basically now I've done mixing it, so now I'm just gonna body filler it. I'll just put you guys. Just pretty much finished filling it up now. So now I'm just gonna wait for it to dry, and then we're gonna sand it back, and then might end up having to do one more coat of body filler, feels like it, and just go back and then see how we go from there. this is the second time I'm putting the body filler on. This is the second layer. The first layer already finished, so most of it is already smoothened out. It's just this is the second layer now, so in order to fill in whatever holes weren't filled in the first layer, now just sand it back, and then gonna need by primer, then just black spray paint, and then just gonna cover up for now. But just waiting for this second layer to dry. After the second layer dries, sand it off, and then it'll be ready for paint. And then I'll end up drilling 2 holes in there again, but yeah, whatever. Alright, so I just finished sanding it. Majority of it's pretty smooth. It's probably as best as I can get it. Like, the body line is still a little bit wavy from what I can feel, but it's good for now. What I'm gonna do now is probably gonna drill the 2 holes for the wing, and then we'll get mounted before like I primer it and then paint it and whatnot. So just drill the holes first, so I don't have to repaint it again, and just drill the 2 holes for now. Get the wing up, and then we'll match it up, and then we'll paint it after. Got like 2 leftover cans of primer. This like mostly empty. This got a bit, so I'll just temporarily primer it so the paint doesn't get fucked up in the weather and whatnot. And go from there. Alright, so I just temporarily marked it. Had a little bit of issues with the wing, but it's all good now. So temporarily marked it. It's as even as it gets. Like, I measured pretty much by eye, and then grabbed a measuring tape, measured it. Now I'm just gonna drill the hole and then go from there. Alrighty, so it's another day. We've drilled the holes, sanded it down. Pretty much it's all smooth now. So all I need to do is give it a little bit of a clean, and then we'll get into spray painting it. So I'm just gonna wipe down the area I'm gonna be spray painting, which is this boot. I might have to sand around the light a bit more so we can get rid of that clear coat so the primer aids, and then we'll go from there. Alrighty, so now I'm just gonna tape up the area, put newspaper around it, and then we'll get into spray painting it. Look, honestly, this is the best I'll probably get it. I'm not a professional, I'm not claiming to be a professional. It's just to fill up the holes so it doesn't leak, my bit doesn't leak anymore, and just to get it one color so it doesn't look so chat. First layer, just go light, just so it eats. This can's pretty much empty anyway, so just use it until I finish it, pretty much. We just spray this part. So you don't want to spray it too heavy. You want the first layer to dry pretty fast, and it's just to eat the paint first layer. Oh, shit. It's so windy. You kind of like want to spray it one direction, but that's alright. Doesn't really matter. Alright, so that's probably going to be the first layer. We'll let the paint dry, and then we'll go from there. I'll just put you guys up, and then you guys probably get the point. Just spray until you start seeing a nice layer, and then go from there. Forgot to tape that, so I'm going to tape that now. Alrighty, so that's like the first few layers of primer, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna sand down the slight imperfections. It's not like perfectly smooth, so I'm gonna sand it down a bit, and then a few more layers of primer, then black paint, then clear coat. So you guys probably know the process, so I'm just gonna skip all that. I'm just gonna pretty much put it on rolling, and then you guys can see the end product. I'll probably time lapse or something like that. So yeah, let's get to it.
Life is just always mysterious and surprising. You never know what's around the next corner. You never know what's around the next corner.
Alrighty, so it's all done. Finished painting it, and then I put the wing on straight away. I should probably let the paint dry a bit more, so it's got like little chips of paint here and there, just me putting on the wing and whatnot. But I honestly don't really care. It was just to pretty much fill the holes so that, you know, rain wouldn't get in, and to pretty much stick a new wing on it. And now there it is. But looks fucking sick. Looks hella. Woo. But yeah, so pretty much big country lab wing on it, and I repair my bit.